Okay, so we're here today with Gemma Williams, our dedicated sales progressor at Boydens. Welcome, Gemma.
Hello.
I've got some questions for you. The first is, you do a lot of work on the sales progression side.
Yes.
In fact, you're dedicated to it. What are the main causes of fall-throughs when sales do fall through?
The two main causes will be adverse survey, so survey coming back negative. If it's a cash buyer, they might not want to buy it, or a massive reduction of the price. If the buyer's getting a mortgage, then the bank might not lend because of the surveys come back so horrendous. Another fall through is chain breakdown. So the shorter the chain, the better.
Okay.
But the longer the chain, you've got more likelihood of someone pulling out, a bad survey, and then it's just a domino effect. The whole lot will break down.
What's the longest chain you've ever worked on?
Longest one is probably a chain of 13.
Wow.
Yes, took 6 months, and that went through fine.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Throughout them 6 months, it was sort of very touch and go, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So when a sale is agreed, what's the best advice you can give to the buyers and the sellers? What things should they be doing to make it as smooth as possible?
Yeah, I'd say getting off early doors, really. So for the seller, filling out all their paperwork for their solicitor straight away.
Mm-hmm.
For the buyer is getting their mortgage set up straight away, having surveys booked in, just to get everything sort of moving ASAP. Because some sellers won't realise the paperwork they've got to fill out starts a process. We see it a lot. Some sellers say, we're going on holiday for a week, and they won't realise they're holding it up because they haven't produced the paperwork. So definitely it's probably one of the biggest. Okay.
So you worked in the business a long time. What are your top tips?
Top tips, probably the first one is making sure your buyer and seller want the same exchange completion dates.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the solicitors won't let you set dates until the process is signed off from them, but if you've got a seller that needs to move by a certain date because of job relocation, or a buyer is having a baby and needs to be in by a certain date, you need to make sure the dates tally up.
Yeah.
Other tips would be, if we have a seller that's selling a property and they lose their buyer, the buyer can buy, the new buyer can buy searches from the old buyer's solicitors.
Oh, okay.
So things like that.
Yeah.
A big tip I'd say is shop the market for solicitors, but don't always use the cheapest solicitor.
Yeah.
A lot of buyers do it and sellers, and then unfortunately get what you pay for. So there's a lot of tips, but I'd probably say they're the main ones to get the process moving and moving smoothly.
Okay. And tell us about you, Gemma. You've worked in a estate agency for how long? And obviously you're a dedicated sales progressor now, but tell me a bit about yourself.
I've been with the industry 15 years. Started off as a negotiator, worked myself up to a manager, but now I've chosen to be a dedicated sales progressor, work part-time. Really enjoy it, to be honest.
Okay. And what are the advantages? I mean, Boydens uses dedicated sales progressors such as yourself. What are the key advantages of having a dedicated person?
Yeah, I mean, I moved myself in stamp duty, and I was a chain of 10, and I was one of the only sales progressors in that chain of 10.
Right.
So it's really useful to have someone on the end of the phone when you need them. Mm-hmm. If a survey does come back adverse and they want to negotiate the price, or they want the seller to conduct works, it's a lot easier to sort it all out as an estate agent rather than go through the solicitors. Obviously the rest of the team are out doing valuations and viewings. So if you've got a sales progressor that can sort it out within an hour or 2 hours, it just eliminates all the stress as well. Being a buyer and seller, it's very stressful. Yeah. They're sitting at the end of the phone. So if you can sort something out within an hour or so, just eliminates a lot of time wastage, to be honest, definitely.
And it's certainly much appreciated by our clients. Gemma is one of our dedicated sales progressors, and she does a phenomenal job for us. Gemma, thanks for talking to me today.
Thank you.